wanna see you, but you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, I still spin inside your orbit. Yeah. You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space, just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. I wanna leave, you understand. I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. I wanna see you, but you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. I wanna leave, you understand. I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the continuation of the LHYNX Division Gaming League, the very first VR chat based competitive gaming league ever. Tonight's matchup is a rematch. Team De L'Amour and Team Void will push for the Nexus in League of Legends. I'm your shoutcaster, Kavechi, with my co-shoutcaster tonight, Effa, and we will be calling the match as it happens live here on the official LDGL Twitch channel and live stream. This live stream is once again managed and overseen by the league's co owner and commissioner, Mahidrian. Thank you to Mahidrian for his continued dedication making this league a reality. And thank you to our staff, partnered competitors, and fans for tuning in to witness this oncoming contest. Tonight's match will begin shortly. The participating rosters gather and prepare in the pregame lobby for the conflict ahead. The match setup closely adheres to LCS rules and regulations. It is a best of three bout. First to two wins takes it all. As we'll be announcing throughout the stream, if you are interested in getting involved with the LDGL, either as a fan or participating community partner and competitor, you can stay linked in by joining our official Discord server. That link can be found alongside our Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube links in the About section of this very Twitch stream. You can also type exclamation point Discord in chat, and the bot will generate a link for you to click at your convenience. Now flare up. Place your bets. Who will win this matchup tonight? Only the trial ahead will determine the sole victor. Without any further delay, let's get into the action. LDGL Season 1, League of Legends Game 2, Team Delamore versus Team Void has officially begun. Hello, Effa.
Hello, Kavechi.
How you doing?
Long. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Long time no see.
Long time no see. Last time we casted a League of Legends game together, it was a community contest at Delamore, and it was League of Legends. Very, very OG stuff, man. I'm
It was
excited to have you back.
we're back in black. We're like Men in Black 2, but not as
Exactly.
dog shit.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, the Delamore roster, I was doing a little bit of research, going into this because I was not present for the previous contest. So it looks like to me, if I'm not mistaken, the Delamore roster, they're coming in and they haven't made any changes. It's still going to be Daylight, MTS Deathwind, Cat Ears, the Clapinator, and Grasso. Their subs still Ross and Devil Cake if it's necessary to pull them in. And they had, I mean, between them in that three-game contest, a extremely dominant performance. It was, to my knowledge, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Daylight down in the bot lane and Grasso supporting him for the most part. Clapinator at one point, I think he had scored like 34 kills on Yasuo
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
final match, and then MTS Deathwind and Cat Ears, just like monstrous in the top lane and jungle, respectively. They and the statistics, if my numbers are wrong, they might be only wrong by like one or two kills. 108 kills on the side of Delamore and 33 on the side of Void across those three games.
They're a vicious team.
Yeah, yeah, just like
That's for certain.
merciless even. Yeah, it's
They they didn't
it,
show they didn't show any remorse in those games. That's for
no.
certain.
Yeah, Void definitely has a lot of ground to make up. I'm hoping that heading into this contest here, they did some preparation or at least discuss some synergies between champions, maybe a couple comps, maybe some bans, depending on like if they did any research into the players that are coming in and what they usually lean into. Because removing kind of their go-to picks or whatever they main can help you kind of set them a little bit on their back foot. So if they're not playing completely at like a diamond level,
Mhm.
maybe you'll be able to kind of make up the difference and push against like a plat or maybe gold performance because everybody doesn't always perform at their peak rank throughout the entire game, especially depending on the champion. Would you agree?
I agree. If you take out their one trick, their champion that they feel most comfortable in, then you get into their psyche a little bit, like forcing them into a position that they're not 100% used to.
But that's the really important thing about broadening your horizons on your champion knowledge and your skill knowledge, especially in what lane you're playing against and what your opponent plays. So it's very important to keep track of who you're facing against and what they're usually used to playing as. And so that's how you can be able to take advantage is with these banning phases. So these
Mhm.
first three bans, I most certainly will believe that they will be focused on the top lane and the ADC lane role, just to make sure that these high level players will be cut down just a tiny bit, so that the other team might have a chance to really make a comeback and take advantage of that slight weakness.
Yeah, yeah, push their limits a bit. Um, the Void roster, I understand at the moment. It looks like they were going to have a sub in, but from what I can tell, people's summoner names don't necessarily match their Discord names. But Klee Chandesu, I recognize, was also in the previous contest. The
Hmm.
Ovi, Sad Muffin Man 99, the Gentleman Wolf is a new competitor, so maybe they've been playing together a bit more, and maybe that'll help with the disparity from that previous contest. But I
Hmm.
agree. I think it's going to just be a lot of hope and a lot of pushing to play together as best as you can, capitalize on objectives. It's all you can really do. Um, I wonder if I'll see an Aatrox ban. I know that Clapinator himself, I believe, in the top lane had pushed a really crazy Aatrox performance in that second game, coming out of the top lane almost deathless with 12 kills.
Hmm.
And then you had Cats on Graves actually deathless, 10 kills in the jungle in that same match.
Violent gameplay. But we are ready for the drafting phase of this tournament. Looks like Delamore gets the ban first. Like I said,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna play to the classic bans on their previous matchup and whatever they've researched.
yeah.
Or
Either hold the ban. Looks like they held the ban there at the
they
top.
probably want to see what their opponent's up to. And what they're just investigating what their focus is before they make any decision.
Okay. Yeah. Darius ban, very
Yep.
oppressive top laner.
That
Um,
Darius was violent, to say the least. He abused all the animals.
yeah, ultimate violence. Yeah, Clapinator had performed, I believe, on Darius top lane. He was their top laner for most of the contest, I believe. But that's a good ban, good start. Darius is hard to deal with. Looks like they're holding their second ban too. They're going to keep the champion pool wide. I don't really know the benefit of that. It's been a while since I've been committed to. Oh yeah, I see the Echo ban too. That was
It's
actually another champion pickup, I believe, from that 3-game
that
series.
yeah, they're definitely trying to play against their strengths and trying to see if they can put a dent in their armor. And I think Delamore's just trying to keep their options open because they know they're going to be at a disadvantage with these bans, with their majority of their players, their high level skill cap champions that they've known and practiced with out of the way. So that's possibly what they're doing with these bans.
That's true. Yeah, if you hold the ban, you're not necessarily banning out a high threat, which you could technically pick, and then you just kind of
Hmm.
trade back and forth with the team opposite you. I'm looking for that Yasuo ban. I mean, that was or
That was
Vayne.
violent.
Yeah. Or yeah, that's Zed. A Zed ban's completely fair. I mean, honestly, just as a standard, he's kind of creeped back into the limelight. Never really leaving completely or totally, but he
He's
is
not
a
really a team type of champion. If these teams are looking for a team fight, but they're probably afraid of Club Dalemore just getting away with the game early in the series in the lanes. Because if you
Mhm,
just give up the game in the lanes, it's basically over if your champions are more geared towards the 1v1 or the 1v2 variety.
and a strong Zed. I mean, if he can rotate down to Dragon from mid, you're gonna have and just blow up the cave. Like, oh, everybody's trying to take the objective. You're not gonna have a good time. So Leona pick on Cat Ear is probably picking down there for Grasso since he's last. Grasso can probably rotate a champion up to Cat Ear depending on what he wants to play. Nico and Kane being selected on the side of Void.
Nico being in a very popular pick in their last game. Held up their own, honestly.
Yeah, and the Kane pick, I mean, obviously, likely at least going jungle. We'll see him trying to fast rotate through the map, supporting his team, and a Graves pick on the side of Delamore. I'm sure Void is extremely happy to see that. It is going to be a threat that they actually have to manage this time.
Making good use of Kane because Kane has a very unique aspect in the jungle of being able to go through walls. And with that advantage, they usually have the ability to be able to see the opponent without the opponent seeing them first. So
Mhm.
that extra bit of vision is very crucial, especially if you're going to be an evasive or a gank heavy type of jungler.
Exactly. And now we have 3 picks on the side of Delamore and Void both. Leona, Graves, Lucian, very standard, uh, massive pop setup with huge CC coming out of Leona. Lucian, highly mobile alongside Graves. Very AD heavy so far. We'll probably see some AP come out of him soon. Ban
Interesting
comes
Jink
out.
ban.
Yeah, Jinx ban. That's curious to me. I'm sure why they banned Jinx heading into these picks when Lucian's already picked on the side of
Well, Lucian is a common mid laner and top laner
You're
role
right. Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
He's a very honestly a very strong ADC outside of the bot lane.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, that kind of just shows like how long I've been out of the game because recently when we've been playing together, just seeing APs like Ziggs down bot is just does something
New.
to my mental.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eh,
it's new. Very new.
AP
Very
doesn't belong in the bot lane, right? Like,
I'm a
but you
purist.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
purist at heart, exactly.
Exactly. Like, please get this Yordle out of bot lane. Please, no APs. Don't put Lucian top. Like, my God, I was sad enough having a mid in some of my games. But then
If I
again,
recall, we played a game and I played Syndra in the bot lane because
hmm
we had a lot of AD and it worked out pretty well.
it
It
does,
was a
man.
long game though, but it worked out still pretty well.
Kind of funny that it took so long for that meta to sort of emerge. When I mean, maybe it's the itemization. I know the items changed a lot in this most recent season. And I mean that generally drives like what champions, depending on their kits, are going to be dominant. And if you can afford to put AD characters that are squishy and don't have a lot of escape in certain lanes over top of like a mid caster going bot with a support, I mean, why not? So the Void, Nico Kane, and Nivea Varus. So Nivea, I feel like Lucian and Graves aren't going to have too hard of a time avoiding Anivia, but Anivia herself may help at least split up the fight if Leona Hart engages on top of them. And wow,
Classic
misfortune. Yeah,
misfortune Leona lane is it's so that's a difficult lane to face against.
yeah,
It's a tough one.
yeah. That's a synergy as old as time. Man, nothing hurts more than getting Zenith bladed and having Misfortune double up off of a minion, have it die, and it crits you on top of that passive proc. You just lose all your health. Like it's a lost time. And a Tom Kench
Tom
pick.
Kench in the
Okay,
top lane. Okay, all right.
interesting. Yeah, why not? Why not? This is gonna be a fight. I looking over on Delamore's side, I just see
Aggressive, very
highly aggressive, massive damage, and a ton of AD. Uh,
a lot
and
of punishment, a lot
yeah,
of lane punishment.
yeah. If Void is not on their game early, they're gonna pay for it in spades. Especially with that gangplank, man. You get a gangplank ahead, and he's strong mid, and already has 2 items. I mean, he just controls the fight in any entry you have into the fight, or even an objective like Dragon, or Rift. Like he's hard to deal with.
He's he's he he's honestly one of my most favorite of the unique champions in the solo lanes. His ability to be able to be long distance while at the same time being vicious up close and personal, it just like shows you how safe of a champion he can be, but how dangerous he can just torment you if he's right up to your face.
Indeed. We are going to have to get Mahidrian here to stream this game to us due to the spectator delay. Um,
He's also getting it.
oh,
We
that's
all
right.
we all get it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Yes.
Just gives
Yes.
us
Again,
time.
it's been some time.
Yeah.
So we got 2 minutes before we jump into the contest. This is a great time to remind you all that you're watching this live. LDGL live on twitch.tv. Don't forget to join our Discord with the link in the about section of this very stream at Instagram, YouTube. If you've noticed, a lot of the clips and matches that happen here on Twitch do get slowly uploaded onto YouTube after the day of the match. You can tune in there. If you want to watch back matches, see how many kills somebody got, see an epic play, find a couple highlights. You're free to find those on our YouTube. They're sometimes posted on Twitch. It's kind of inconsistent, but YouTube is kind of where they're all stored like a repository. And then Twitter and Instagram, of course, we post all the match results and match announcements as they happen the day of and leading up to the series.
You get to watch that disgusting pentakill being stolen away from Clapinator last time.
Oh
Void
yeah.
and Delamore fought. That was hilarious. Not just once, but it happened twice.
Oh man, that's a you think some communities and games, man, you steal an ace from somebody. I played playing Rainbow Six Siege recently with Mahidrian, and I stole an ace from an individual that was on our team, and never before have I received such a knee jerk vitriol reaction from someone. That guy domed me like 2 rounds leading off of that. At least in league,
DK?
like there's no friendly fire, you know.
I mean, you could always, say, "Hey, I'm going in," and then you don't go in.
Yeah, you just bait him.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
kind of like
man.
Valorant, where you bait peeking or something like that just to get their weapon.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I do that all the time if I'm playing a sentinel and I have to save on the round. If my entry fragger is going in on site, yeah, I'm gonna sit there and just kind of stare into your back and maybe wish death upon you so I can take your assault rifle because I'm sure as hell not gonna go in on that site ahead of you. No way,
Not a million. I'm too
man.
afraid. I'm too afraid to play on Valorant. There's that game is vicious.
It is. It is extremely vicious. I'm looking at the Delamore roster as we were loading in there. MTS Deathwind was swapped out for I Love Avocados, I believe. So this
New
player, I
new to
believe,
the
is a
game,
new one.
or
Yeah,
at least to the team, at least.
exactly. Looking at this, we
We've
have
got a
some.
very piratey top lane, or a very piratey Delamore team. You see that?
Yeah. Ruin Misfortune, High Noon, Lucian, a little bit of Western in there. Just got Graves being Graves, Gangplank's having a cookout. Skin the
And we
win, I
got
believe it's dead even.
we got a sun goddess
Exactly.
because it makes sense.
'Cause why not? So we have that's actually Tom. We got Tom Kench player. He's got some level 6 mastery, level 7. Klee's very familiar with Kane. Varus and Anivia do not look to have any mastery between them, either picking these champions up for the first time or just recently practicing on them. Sad Muffin
Most likely
Man,
practice.
yeah. Sad Muffin
Leona's
Man
not really
himself
all that
is.
difficult, in my honest opinion.
No, I mean you just point, you point and engage, and then hope that your CC is enough on top of your resistances. Let your AD do all the cleaning. Although I mean, looking at this bot lane, I can tell Daylight and her. I mean, Varus shouldn't have too hard of a time staying away from him, but it's just a matter of whether or not Leona's going to play aggressively and that jungle support's going to come in and give Varus a hard time.
Hmm.
I actually still can't really tell. Is this just going to be Nico mid or Nico bot?
Most likely, Nico in the bot lane supporting
Yeah,
because of Spell Thief's Edge.
true. Yeah. But
We got
Nico has a
very
bind.
safe mid lane.
Yeah, Nico has
Yes.
a bind, right? Just kind of like Morgana does. So
Hmm.
I mean, that should help them against Leona a bit. Everybody's
Classic
gonna
defensive
stand
play.
up.
Everybody's in their bushes waiting for potential gank or invasion. Looks like
Mhm.
both teams are respecting each other.
Yep, no jungle invade. No real champions to do it with, but still, we're not seeing it. I would have loved to see a Blitzcrank. Love Blitzcrank, man. Just to main him.
Oh, looks like bot lane's looking for a little bit of a sneaky.
Yeah,
sneak
sneaky.
peek.
You're just kind of be aggressive a little bit throughout the deep ward, throughout an E. Just to harass
But they know
him.
for a fact Kane is always starting Raptors. Kane being a very self-sustaining champion,
Mm-hmm.
they can really handle themselves, especially in jungle right off the bat, so the laners can get to their lanes safely, not miss a point of CS.
Yeah, he needs to speed up. Man, look at that Tom Kench skin. He looks massive.
Yeah, he's
That's crazy. I
he
love
looks
that.
pretty arcane-y.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, make it rain. Such an annoying
Just
ability.
a bunch of bullying. That's all it is. Bunch of bullying.
Yeah, they're gonna have to back off the wave. Cat Ears and the Gentleman Wolf sort of just existing together, maybe discussing recipes that they can grill and eat while they're up there.
The classic boring top lane.
Yep,
What can you do?
farming. Daylight doing
Yeah.
everything he can. Yep, there goes the rocket or the comet. Extra damage. Chandesu just getting, oh my god, chunked by
Knocked
Lucian.
down by Lucian the Punisher.
And Ivy is going to struggle a lot until she hits 6 and gets her ult so that she can space out Lucian away from her. She's going to either need some jungle support early or is just going to have to play extremely safe. She doesn't really have too hard of a time playing up from behind just because of how hard she
looks like
can
there's a
climb.
gank going to happen up in the top lane.
And it does. Cat Ear is getting chunked but does not die. Runs straight back
Pushes
in.
him out.
Yeah.
Gets some stacks for that Kane so he can build up pretty quick.
And not much action now. We see Kane rotating right back around past this red, probably going for his bottom side. Graves slowly sauntering
Double
his
back?
way.
Why is he doubling back? That's strange.
Not sure. Maybe he's going for the top scuttle?
Possibly.
Okay.
Oh, but he's getting
Gentleman
chased down
Wolf.
by the mid laner.
Yep, up the river.
Giving
Gentleman Wolf's gonna have to
Graves an
respond.
opportunity to gank, or opportunity to invade.
And there goes blue buff. Great on Graves. Clapinator running in on Klee, doing a lot of damage. Cat Ear's following up. Huge barrel, but misses. They're going to give chase a bit. Actually, deep into the jungle. Chandesu waiting. W lands from Klee in the slow hits, but Chandesu actually kites him. The wall comes up and he locks him behind. Chandesu gets the first kill. That's first blood. Wolf is left alone to lick Cat Ears as he walks away.
Insane first blood. Right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Very
Almost got the
confident.
double.
And getting the burn now from red buff under tower. Oh, a huge shield from the Gentleman Wolf to saves his own life. He needs the hug. It
Wow.
isn't going to be enough. He's staying. Oh yeah, he got all his health back. I forgot about Tom Kench's passive.
That shield's impressive.
Oh, that's interesting. So what's this rework with Tom? Oh my goodness, huge damage
Yep.
from the tower. Cat Ears getting two
It's-
hyphy.
Wow. I
gets
believe
away.
the shield is so vital whenever you're just trying to turn around a fight.
Right.
Gives you an opportunity to take some damage, and if you need to back up, you could back up and then regain off the gray bar. And then if you want to commit fully, you could just use that gray bar as a shield and then just commit and finish him off. But he respected the gameplay damage. I would too.
I'm seeing some abilities from Tom Kench though. He pops down into the ground and appears at a short distance and pops everything
Yes.
up in the air.
They
Is that in
swapped
the
his E
Okay, understood.
with his ult. Quite literally. Ooh, the ult coming from Lucian. Doesn't quite get it because the minion wave blocks it. Oh, a double backup on the top lane. Nice knockup by Tom Kench, and then we got a little bit of slash from Kane. He's gonna get quite a few stacks, and they couldn't quite finish him off. That's upsetting.
Yeah, he just gets away. My
Every
goodness.
time. Just barely. It's that orange. That citrus. Vitamin D.
You know, as you're casting this, I got reminded that for some reason I was actually a little bit behind. I fast forward, we're in the future now.
We are.
Yeah.
Sometimes the game likes to lag a little behind. It wants you to keep you in the action for as long as you can.
Looking at farm totals, 55 to 15 Lucian over top of Anivia. Misfortune, 53 to 40. Varus actually not doing too bad of a job keeping up in CS at the very least.
Playing
Pain.
deficit for sure in the
Yeah.
jungle. Actually, almost all the lanes going towards Delamore with these type of deficits in the
But
farm.
Klee getting good damage onto Avocados as he
Oh,
fights
the flash!
around the Gromp.
Oh, it just missed the snare.
Unreal. How did he escape?
Right,
Good
skin
cue
of
there.
his chinny chin chin.
No doubt. Nearly a bad thing for him. I think Gromp actually went to Klee though. Not mistaken, so that's a good chunk of gold for him. And I mean, yeah, Graves escapes with his life, but at least he wasted time. Looking at the itemization, nothing really to stand out quite yet. Really just standard builds from everybody. Noon Quiver's coming out on Graves and Lucian. Got a longsword on Daylight.
Good backs for Delamore. They already got majority of their key items in. Sheen in the top line for GP just to get those nasty Q pokes off.
Yeah, we're gonna see that bonus damage, and it's gonna make me hurt. Sad Muffin Man throwing out his, but that's just a passive that spawns automatically, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, and a huge double up there on the Nico.
God.
Massive damage.
And disgusting damage in the mid lane.
Oh, the
Really
ulti
taking
coming out for
advantage.
Misfortune. Sad Muffin Man
Oh.
getting cut down. Dies behind tower.
Let it
Daylight.
rain.
No kidding. The slow from Let It Rain, or Make It Rain. Chandesu blocking off Clapinator but with the wall, but the ult comes out from Lucian. Will she survive? She does not. Klee
So
comes
much.
up. There's
God,
so
you're
much
getting away
fighting
with the
happening.
gank.
Will he dive?
Oh.
He does dive.
He tried
It
to
may be a
dive to get the
mistake.
ult off, but he messed up. Oh, that's so upsetting.
I like Avocados sealing it up. For, you know, funnily enough, before all that chaos just ensued, I was just about to say this game has been somewhat uneventful compared to the contest that they had previously in Game 1. And Void was kind of maintaining their, at least the foundation. But you can see now that they're starting to, Delamore is starting to kind of widen the gap a bit. So that'll be a rift.
A 5k
Delamore.
gold deficit is very difficult at the
Yeah.
very beginning of the game. Getting your core items in place before your mythics, your boots, important, vital. And they have spending gold, so they can buy red wards and health pots because they know they got a gold advantage.
No, Make It Rain, just incredibly oppressive.
And they can't push up because if they do, they're just gonna get snared by the Leona, and then you know, bada bing, bada boom, you get combo womboed.
Yeah, it's game over. Graves kind of... Oh, okay, Nico ult coming in. Klee follows up. Grasso is stuck and gets cut down. Kill going to Nico.
Combo ulting, CC chaining, and they got the kill. Goes to Nico.
Gentleman Wolf top lane trading with Gangplank, and now stuff happening mid. Anivia trying to get away to her tower and does not. Tadier's having a hard time dealing with Tom Kench. Tom Kench doing his very best. The ultimate
Just
coming
being a
out from
nuisance.
Gangplank.
What
Oh
up?
my god.
Every lane's just
Tom Kench
struggling.
on the wrong side.
Putting up the
Tadier's
rip
is
down the
low,
mid to get
though.
the gold. Oh, and he got the Q off. The ward in the bush, get those minions on him, so get some damage in.
Yeah, huge ultimate. Wow, the movement from I
Then
Like
we got
Avocados.
some go action up in the jungle too. Oh my gosh. Just fight after fight.
Daylight getting caught out by Klee. Klee ults onto him, passes him with his ult. Yes, huge damage. Shutdown gold going to Klee. What an insane capitalization from him. What a crazy Q dodging the Zenith Blade does not get
Insane.
CC'd. Heretic Klee is on a
Goes for
killing
flash.
spree.
There.
Lucian is at their tier 3 tower.
Wow.
Clapinator
Wow.
is playing a solo tower defense game, and he's winning with no opposition.
Those 4 kills are vital for Team Void to get back into this. But this goal deficit's still 5k, but because of that mid push.
Yeah, the momentum is firmly on the side of Delamore, but Void is not to be counted out just yet. I was very impressed with the Gentleman Wolf up here trading with Gangplank. I mean, he's basically going toe-to-toe, if not still winning trades with him. Handily. I did not expect this from Tom Kench.
He's got that early Thornmail to prevent that orange from getting too much value. Especially with that corrupting health potion, because wow, that potion has just always been good for gameplay.
Daylight, Grasso doing a good job. Clapinator moving in on Chandes, who gets a great wall off, and Cleve follows up, may be able to get the stun as well. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Maybe it does fall down, but Cleve gets the shutdown gold, which is almost just as important. Cadier's now getting engaged on by Gentleman Wolf. He takes a tower shot. And Klee turning around, trying to take on Graves, gets ulted, and the burn is melting him. He'll try to escape through the wall.
Klee getting all the kills on the team. Looks like he's going to be the one that they're trying to take advantage of, using his pressure to come back into this game. Ooh, God, that Make It Rain is just what a fun champion.
Yeah, with the arcane common as well, when it pops you in the head, it's just not a good time.
He's not in there for the long fight. He's in there for the burst. That's why the arcane's so good. Look, and the mana gain you can get from using all those abilities from Mana Flow Bond is just abusive.
Gentleman Wolf taking some massive damage. I think Cadier's is starting to outscale him a bit.
But they're going for a gank in the top lane. Gangplank with that ult that can be used defensively. Gentleman Wolf's like saying, nah, we can't do this.
Yeah. And
Daylight.
Wow.
Oh.
Massive damage coming out. Wolf tries to save Cleve. Bottom lane melts. Varus goes down. Tom Kent falls. Nico shortly after. A massive cleanup. Cleve tries to get the W and does not. Cadier's the double kill top lane.
Wild.
Dominant fight. Nearly an ace for Delamore.
It's super easy.
For 13:54 in the game, 10-5, as Delamore takes this bottom tower.
So it's so easy for Team Delamore to be able to get away with these ganks on the side lanes with that hard push down the middle. Being able to stack up.
We're gonna pause the game here. We're calling out to try and sync up with the stream. Go ahead
And then there we go with Lucian with another disgusting kill in the bot lane. Poor Varus.
yeah, Rapinator doing a great job here staying alive. Lee runs away. Nico doing what he can, but does nothing. Clapinator on a killing spree. Deadly. Klee coming out with the W, pops him up in the air, gets the Q, and the shutdown. Klee! What a huge play.
Ooh, so good!
So much gold.
Support's like, I'm not worth it, but he is. So, let's get that kill.
And run straight into the blue buff. Not sure what he's trying to do here. He's taking huge damage. Avocados just slays him immediately after.
I'm not so sure about that, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't know if he was expecting follow-up. Or what,
assuming the Varus was coming down there with the ult ready, but didn't keep track of the timers.
Yeah,
That or the blue buff just owed him money.
Yeah, maybe he just wasn't really riding a high off of slaying Lucian. May have not seen Graves was standing right there until it was too late after his E went away.
That's another deficit about giving up mid lane so drastically is now their jungler that's been carrying them for a majority of the early game is just losing every bit of his jungle now. Raptor's going over to Daylight, as well as that blue buff going over to Graves.
And we're seeing Rift go down to Delamore. Klee getting chased away by Clapinator, gets popped up in the air. The slow does come out and the stun, but massive Zenith blade there from Grasso, but gets popped up by Tom Ken. Clapinator falls shortly after Daylight, doing huge damage onto Void overall. Double kill for Klee as he runs away, tries to get some distance from Cadiers. They're moving up out of their jungle. Huge pop-up from the Gentleman Wolf. Saves Klee's life so he can get another Q off. And Cadiers goes down.
Flash. Woo!
And Daylight, with the Arcane Comment, does get Anivia's egg proc. What an insane play from the Gentleman Wolf to get that secured kill.
Using that Devour, his R to defensive, which is probably one of the best things you could do, especially with a Kayn, just to be able to give that evasiveness to him.
Yeah, so and buy him that time for his cooldown. Yeah, man.
And then Varus just...
Yeah, Graves and
yeah, that happened.
Yeah, making short work of Varus. He does not have an escape. The downside of Varus for sure.
Yeah, having played Varus quite a lot, you have to really... If you're behind, you're basically a support. You have to... You're there for the CC and the anti-heal from his E, and then ultimate just to stop the opponents from really charging in, which is one of the better things about Varus.
Yeah, you got to recognize that does spread too if the enemy team stays too clustered together. So Klee actually coming in hot.
Very, very deep into the enemy side.
Oh, and a huge ult from Grasso to stop that engage. The wall from Chandesu almost actually inhibiting them.
But too bad Lucian can literally just phase shift through it.
Exactly.
Just hops the wall. It's like, this ain't tall enough. You gotta do better, Anivia.
Highly mobile, highly annoying champion. Insanely good. Tom Kench almost getting that pop-up. Gets a solid Q while Clapinator taking massive damage. Klee running in on the Cadiers.
Aggressive.
Top lane. He once kills, pops Cadiers up in the air. Who's going to win this trade? Who out-damages who? The ultimate coming out from Gangplank. He's not going to wait out the ultimate.
They're going to fight.
It is a straight fight. Fisticuffs. Running into the bush now to sacrifice Vision, and the flash Q from Cadiers to secure it. Klee goes down.
He knows he's worth it.
He does. It's basically the biggest threat on the side of Team Void as a third, I believe, a third Herald here is getting secured. That's kind of insane.
Team Void really needs to look out for these evasive maneuver tactics. They gotta make sure that they recognize that, hey look, they're not on the top lane. I don't know exactly where the jungle is. Should I go through this bush unwarded? 99% of the time, not a good idea.
Looks like the Gentleman Wolf disconnected from the game.
Disconnect from the top.
Clapinator's getting a giant kill down, but doesn't have the healing, I think, to survive this. But actually does. He gets away.
He flashes.
Flashes and uses his Gale Force to make distance. Leona following up.
There's no timeout being called for Club Void with this disconnect.
Yeah, the timeout can be called. Grasso
They do have permission for that.
Yeah, Gentleman Wolf reconnects. Grasso trying to get the stun for Daylight. Klee is making short work of him though. Gets the ultimate as he finally falls to Graves.
It's the aura off on Leona, but cleaning up after that is near impossible.
The gap between, 5-1 and 3 here. Daylight on Misfortune. Just massive threat. Varus lagging behind 0-4-3 as a single item over that collector and that bow. The Kraken Slayer. Excuse me.
The collector is one of the most vital items on MF just to make sure that those kills are secured with that ultimate ability.
So it procs off of each ultimate bullet hit.
It procs off of any damage. Any damage.
That's so...
Below 5%, you're dead.
That's just so interesting to me.
It's such a interactive tool.
Fun gameplay mechanic.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. My goodness, man. I feel like part of the thing is like, why would you remove kill secure from the game if it's just a part of it? I don't know. Interesting. But hey, Delamore gets Baron handily. No real room. Oh, Clapinator going in with the Gale Force. Huge crit damage onto Varus as he tries to run away. Gadier's here caught out bottom lane, but doing huge damage himself. Nico tries to ult the CC and does not get it. Gentleman Wolf
crit
trying
GP
to run.
is just violent.
297 damage off the crit, and the burn secures the kill. Double kill. Delamore pushing in to the Nexus turrets now.
Oh, Scuttle kind of forgot that. Oh, wait, Heberder's dead.
Yeah, Klee just running straight into the enemy there and getting CC'd
Not
handily
enough.
by Grasso. Leona is a wall that you cannot overcome.
Flash ult. Oh, and then ult coming from MF, and then didn't quite get the kill on them, but did get the passive on the Nivea and then the cleanup from Graves to finish it off.
835 damage off of that barrel combo from Cadiers.
Disgusting.
The Nexus falls 25-11. Delamore is victorious over Void in the first match.
Violent.
I'm going to look at these
Violent
statistics
gameplay.
a little bit. Let's see.
Carnage.
9-8-2 performance here from Klee on the side of Void, demonstrating himself as a threat. He did get some momentum there early. There was a couple trades. Obviously, those first 4 kills that kind of happened in sync with one another that Delamore secured kind of shoved Void into that thousands of gold lead or gold deficit, and it was just hard ground to make up from there. And then Clapinator, I mean, my God. I don't know if Anivia was necessarily going to be the one to overcome Illusion, especially with his dash, but it was picked into him.
Nivea cannot fight Lucian.
Yeah.
In any case, just the capability of Lucian being able to dodge anything that Nivea throws out is just ludicrous.
Yeah. Well, that's game 1 going to Team Delamore. We'll be heading into game 2 here shortly. Again, you are watching LDGL live on twitch.tv. Don't forget to join our Discord with the link in the About section of this very stream. You can also type !Discord in the chat, and a link will be generated for you to click at your convenience. Stay tuned. We're going to head into a short intermission between games. Welcome
we're
back.
back.
Yeah, welcome
Oh,
back. We're back.
We're
We're
back.
back in
We're
it.
back. We're back.
Yeah,
Hey,
there
hey,
you
no,
go.
no, no, no. We're back.
We're back. We're back, period.
We're back.
Yeah.
No, no.
All right.
We are
And we're
back.
actually immediately into the band phase as Hadrian scrambles to enable sound in the client. Darius coming out on the side of Void getting banned. Master Yi coming out on the side of Delamore going out. Not able to be picked by Void. Not sure if they're expecting it. Maybe they
We do
did
have
their research.
a substitution at top lane. More
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, exactly. Skets.
Skets replacing Gentleman.
Gentleman Wolf.
Wolf.
Gentleman
Wolf.
Yes.
I was thinking cat. I was like, that's not the animal that he was.
Got the Rek'Sai band coming out after Yi and the side of Delamore. These are fast bands. Darius Graves, third ban. They're waiting. They're watching. They're wondering.
Lucian.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen again. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, Lucian's a solid ban. I mean, he's probably just from my perspective, like I don't understand how he exists the way that he does in the game. I think it's the fault of items. I mean, his kit too, though. Honestly.
It's his kit.
Because
His kit's just violent.
Yeah, it's a Q through minions, massive damage, and then
It's
it's his passive.
Yeah.
It resets his passive every time he uses an ability. He gets a double shot. It's like, and it can crit. You're like, what?
It's bullying. His Q is really important because most ADC champion style of champions who rely on auto attacks have a fallback of whenever they shoot their minions, the next minion that it hits reduces the damage a little bit, but not Lucian's Q.
No.
It's just flat damage.
No. If anything, it just like deletes like all the things that are in front of him. I just don't understand.
And then
Senna and Jen.
Jen is my favorite champion. So
we got a Jenna bot lane, man.
we got a guy who can count the 4 here.
That is rough. That's one more than I can count to. Senna, man, that's gonna hurt a lot. I'm interested to see what Void's going to pick into that. Silver.
Very interesting that Delamore picked Senna because Senna is more of a mid to late game champion, and if we know anything about Delamore is that they like to destroy the early game.
Yeah, they're aggressive. They're going for the aggressive plays right at the start. No hesitation. Scats here, maybe picking into Gangplank top. Take that away from cat ears.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind. Echo. So Scat's going. Echo is Echo top lane, or is that generally mid?
It's Echo's generally in the jungle. Cled's always in the top lane. I've never seen him in other lane.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Cled pick. Rise.
Cled's good for bullying as well.
Pathetic.
Seeing Rise on Clapinator.
Interesting Talon ban, but I guess because they're afraid of it in the mid lane.
Yeah. Clapinator on Rise. He played a Lucian mid, now he's going to play Rise mid. Of all the champions that you have to select from, it's just like another hyper carry.
Quite literally gonna fall asleep looking at mid lane. Safe farming.
Yeah, my god.
Guy can run a million miles an hour.
So can Echo. So.
It can even go back in time. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, he feels like it. And Fiora. All right. And that's understandable. Lulu.
Lulu is insane.
Yeah, extremely dominant support character. Awful to see if you're just trying to enjoy yourself and have a brainless game down bot.
Yeah. Lulu's just so good because I think it's just that her casting time's just so short, so quick that they can take advantage of just like the sudden shifts, so you can't really predict or prepare.
I mean, shielding. It's a shield. I think it's a heal depending on how you itemize.
Oh yeah.
Bonus damage on the person that you throw the pixie on. A slow, and then massive health and CC. It's like, why are we like this?
Why
Kali. A Kali coming out top on cat ears. That is unfortunate. You hate to see that. I mean, Akali is just like in the hands of like a person that really has a deep, like in-depth understanding of that champion. She moves all over the place with her smoke screen on top of that, and Ziobi going into a Jax pick. This is now
There you
my
go.
favorite
There's your
player.
Jax.
Yes, I'm glad to see it. Jax though is
And we got
is
a
a brutal matchup against Akali. I don't know. I'm not sure how he's going to fare against Akali here going into this, but you know, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And then the Yumi pick. I mean, again, just
falling asleep in the bot lane. Apparently.
yeah, just go to bed. Then we have a Nunu and Willem pick coming from I Like Avocados.
Okay.
Nunu jungle.
I feel very bad for Skeets right now if this Echo is going to be jungle ripped apart, because Nunu likes to quite literally go into your jungle and say, "This is mine. I made this."
Yeah, Jack's jungle. Jax can probably I mean, he'll do all right against Nunu. He's not exactly. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because Nunu has a new kit, and I know that his E. I think once you get the 3 procs of it off, it does snare
There's.
you in place, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So as
It's
long
a
as
mark.
Jax can kind of hit him in, get a bunch of damage off, and leave, if he tries to invade, it might be all right. But I guess we'll see in roughly 3 minutes. So
But
looking
while
back
we
at
have this 3 minutes,
yeah, while we have this 3 minutes, I love to see
talk.
Jax picks.
I love to see Jin. So we got both of our favorite champions in this game.
Yeah, yeah, man. I hope. I really hope to see uh, Jax get a cameo in the new Arcane television series by Riot Games. If anybody knows, this is not a sponsored stream, but Arcane has been released. You can watch it now on Netflix. Effa, you said it's pretty good.
It was it was a lot less fan focused. Like it didn't try to go for that cheap like, oh, we're hitting the fan hype and all that. You know, none of
That
those
is
cheap
so,
cameos kind of deal. It had actual lore, actual plot.
that is honestly, I feel like you're lying to
I'm not. They're not.
me.
They're not going
Just
for the cheap money grabs. They're going for actual story. This Arcane series is excellent, and I cannot wait for next week.
man, I I almost want to cry. I feel like I'm tearing up right now hearing that. Because if
It,
anybody remembers back in the day, Riot had they had like what was the journal called? Do you remember? They had like this
uh,
whole lore segment, and it was all based around summoners and like how they summoned the champions into Summoner's Rift so that they would do battle for them. And they just said, nope, that's all gone. And then they killed the entire lore section of everything, stopped updating the journal, no more articles about the champions or the world, and it just all died for like
they kind
years.
of, they kind of were like just going for the game for just the game.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't really give a shit about the lore. It's kind of like how Valorant is right now.
Hmm.
Like I just see it as a game. There's no story to it in my head. It's just some dudes in an arena and they're just killing each other.
Yeah.
But
And I
now they're
mean,
trying to push to more Overwatch kind of style.
right. And you
And
know, I
it's a
think
good
you're
game.
right. I think you're right because they moved away from the lore and immediately went into updating the visual graphics, the map, re-itemizing everything, and then built the esports platform. Like instantly. Like that's like the direction they went into. So their focus definitely shifted into building like this
No better with
huge
the community outreach for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like the sprawling enterprise around like their brand and I don't know. It's just good to hear that they have like an entire department dedicated now to actually telling good stories with the characters that they've got. I
Now
can't
they
wait
just
for the
need to
Jackson.
now they just need to nerf Vex and TFT
Oh,
and then they're
yep.
good. Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Oh,
it.
yeah, the new TFT season.
Yep,
I hope
disgustingly
everybody's
fun.
suffering just as much as I am. My goodness.
First patch always the worst. Everyone's just gonna abuse the broken stuff.
Hmm.
But speaking of broken stuff, the screen's black.
And maybe
Oh, we're
Tower
in.
soon.
We're in.
Here, let's click on the Mighty Jack skin on Klee. It's a skin I own myself. Rare. A rare it is. This is a hockey skin. and it is great. Wonder if he has Pax Jacks too.
Daylight Dude is rocking one of my favorite skins on Gen, a High
I
Noon,
know.
because that ultimate sounds so clean. And that fourth shot, disgusting.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Jax. Gen.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Everybody just setting up normal, guarding their jungles. No real invade potential. I mean, Gen.
30 seconds until minions.
Yeah, no real invade potentials. And
I mean,
okay, well,
you say that,
Nunu.
but
Yeah, Nunu's just kind of being Nunu, shaking Willimp on top of his head. Or no, sorry, I got it backwards. Air to Klee, ward hopping, nice ward hop. Hadrian is so delighted to see hockey anywhere. he's fangirling over this Jack skin right now.
Has spawned.
We're gonna delay it a bit so that the stream doesn't lag as much. So we just have like a smooth ride to the conclusion of the game.
Riot Game servers, boys and girls. Riot Game servers.
Riot Game servers. Hey, if you play Valorant or if you played League before 2014, you know what I'm talking about. My goodness. Yeah, don't mind the stutter. Don't look
You ever
at the
seen a
man
cassette
behind the
tape
curtain.
skip around? This is exactly it.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Good help from Sad Muffin Man and Jovi for Klee to get started on red side. They go for
What a nice guy.
Next, Avocado. Immediately running bot after taking blue, going to go for those Krugs.
And Nunu was trying to go for a bot gank, but
And he gets pinged away.
didn't quite time it correctly. So
Yeah,
he just got an early shove for the bot lane.
Who do you think has the advantage top lane? Kali, Kled? That's kind of weird though, because Kled is just, he's a beefy presence. Clapinator actually getting aggressed on there by Skets, having to back off early.
Rise level 1, useless.
Yeah, not great. Skets is definitely going to abuse that if he can help it. And god, just getting hit by Senecue is probably like, it does psychic damage.
Oh, Cat Ear's getting a tower hit. Oh, and then we get Nunu action.
Watch out. Here comes the snowball, gets rooted in place, massive damage, escapes under tower, but unfortunately he's getting pressured.
With barely his life.
Yeah. Avocados runs out after eating a minion. Nunu is a giant meme. Oh my goodness, Kled misses his grappling hook there. Or bear trap.
Unfortunate. But that's the one thing about Akali, she can always just dash back using her E just to get out of that Kled hook once it gets down close enough where you can escape it.
Indeed.
But champion.
Trading going on. Oh, there you go.
There it is, exactly just like that.
Ooh, but
Then
the reversal
re-engage,
there
and
from
then
Akali.
smoke.
Yeah, Kled gonna have to run away. Nunu coming in hot. Skets needs to make some distance. Gets rooted in place. Almost popped up.
Worst
Huge
thing, a
flash.
flash.
Huge flash to safety. Nice job, Echo.
Fled off of his steed. Scarl, poor guy.
A little bit of a tighter performance here so far.
No
Looking at
kills
the-
yet.
Looking at the farm, Jin 25. Sivir is lagging behind 16. That's to be
See a little
expected.
bit of forced gank, but that ward in that bush saved that Akali's life.
Yeah. Yeah, Jax is gonna be hard to gank with. Really got to counter gank. A huge pop up, massive snare from Rise.
Wow. Rise doesn't
Unreal.
care about his flash.
I think Delamore has it out for Skets. Skets proving to be a maybe a first target. Clapinator being the one that they want to give the most as their hyper carry. I mean, it's Rise, so
They want to shatter the new guy's soul, honestly.
yeah, their resolve, their will to continue, and really just any like momentum. That's a smart play on their end. Yeah, it's Storm Astro going in there on Akali, doing some good harass as he gets away.
Little slappy slap.
Now they're just kind of hovering around their minions each. Cat Ears doing what he can. And Kled goes
Get him,
in.
Scarl.
Actually gets a huge combo.
Slap, slap, slap.
Kled misses his bear trap. Now coming back in. A
Ooh,
huge
what a-
flash around the snowball, but falls anyway. I like Avocado's massive gank. Sexy flash, if there ever was one.
Can't tell you how annoying new ganks are.
Yeah, he rolls in and he's just like rolling a building like Katamari style into your lane.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, great.
It's like, well, this happened.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let me just have no escape, I guess. Yeah, man, brutal. The fact that it pops you up too is just, God.
The most upsetting thing is where the actual heck is he getting that snow?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, they should make a Katamari skin where he like rolls minions or something, and they all kind of stack on top of each other. It'd be great.
That'd be excellent. Right games, we expect payment for this idea.
Yes,
which is nice.
exactly. Ooh, a huge stun there on the Clapinator. He does CC him and
But-
gets his shield, but runs out. Doesn't have 6 nor the mana to continue the
That
engage.
ability reset on that rise just terminates.
Yeah, it's dirty. Sivir kind of just staying toe to toe with Jin. They do get this. Oh, nearly get a stun off. Great spell shield by Ziovi.
Safety. That's the bot lane's middle name.
Indeed, Ziovi taking
Ooh.
some damage here from the bouncing grenade. Very annoying. Clapinator taking a tower shot or two that he didn't have to, but will it be enough?
Doesn't matter because they got the Drake.
Oh my gosh, that's right. It's Nunu. Nunu jungle, everybody. Solo any monster. Maybe save Baron.
Given time, possibly. Given time.
Enough items. A weird enough build. Yeah, the Clapinator doing a great job of just keeping distance. Basically forces Skets to walk away and lose some
Losing that farm and losing that
experience,
experience, yeah.
Yeah. Clapinator knows that he's
Just-
just a
But he loves taking
monster.
that one tower shot. Just to make a statement.
Well, interesting. Storm Astro didn't commit to that bear trap. Felt like that was probably a good amount of harass he could have just got there, but decided against it.
That invisibility from Macaulay probably would have just said, nah.
Yeah, that's true. At least he could have got the pop, though. Clapinator, backing, Klee, not really able to do much.
Oh, but we got the counter gang coming in, but
Oh my goodness.
wild damage, forcing the flash. Oh,
Fast
Clapinator's
fuse
going
off.
in.
Clapinator wants it.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
and nothing. They survive with a sliver of health. Clapinator doesn't get an auto attack off as he teleports. Wow.
You get to live another day, sir.
Nearly, like, almost offensively disgusting. Storm Astro engaging on the Cat Ears. It's a close trade. The smoke screen comes out. He can't see him. And Cat Ears closes it off with a kunai.
Not able to get that ultimate, get that extra bit of damage in.
Yeah, not at all. Good spell shield there by Ziovi. Level 5 to level 6. Daylight is massive. Jin is just, man.
Impressive, per usual.
Yeah. A demon.
The farm difference on these teams, though, is
Yeah. The gap is
a
widening.
killer. It's a
Jack's
killer.
doing a good job of staying ahead of Nunu, but Nunu has the Drake objective. Might as well just tack on like 25 farm on top of what he's got for that objective secure. Jax, oh man. Jax as a jungler is just, if you don't
Hard to
get
watch
early
sometimes.
kills, you can't snowball with him because he's item based. Like he has to get his items to ramp up because he's an old champion. His kit's very old. It's all based off of how much gold you got.
Pretty much. Oh, Macaulay going in. Not afraid of the Kled anymore after
And
that
does
fight.
Yeah, and does gross damage to Kled with that combo.
That Hextech alternator putting out an extra bit of burst damage is just gross.
Yeah, and Kled himself not really building in a way that's going to help him out. But he really can't afford to yet, so.
Well, he's building that armor because he knows in the mid to late game that Jin is going to be the problem.
Right. And I mean, just trading with the Akali's, a lot of the damage is going to come from the minions in the lane. At least early.
Whew.
A little bit of a combo, a little trading going on. So it's not spiraling out of control just yet. Clapinator. Oh,
Get a little bit of damage change, you know.
That's doing a little bit of a back and forth. Yovi doing a good job staying alive. Nearly gets that E off onto Cloud as he retreats towards tower.
Nunu looking like they are trying to make a push for the top lane since they got the Rift Herald.
Yeah,
Trying to get that gold bonus.
Yeah, Klee goes in.
Getting cut off by that Jax.
Yeah, but look, he's just getting comboed down.
Yep, and minion wave just says, nah.
Yeah, huge ultimate from Nunu over the tower.
Flash.
Stormmaster does flash and tries to get away.
Oh, but he gets the rise.
Nice.
So all in all, okay.
Delamore doing a great job here, pressuring top, securing that tower. Kill off of the Rift Herald. Scat's also coming in, and it does all gets a huge burst on the Avocado. Hugs the tower, but gets comboed by Cat Ears. Amazing follow-up. You see a teleport coming out top lane. And Astro is there. He wants to keep his... Yes, he is. He doesn't, though. He runs back towards tower. Likely to push the minions off of it so it doesn't sustain any more damage. But I feel like the kill secure might be a little bit worth it. We got a bounty on Nunu. And he is pled. He's got a lot of movement. That was a busy top lane engage. Delamore I've seen is just... You have an idea or an expectation of what you want your teammates to do, and they're always kind of doing that for each other. Oh no, here we go.
Ultimate for Jen. See if he gets those shots. Never mind, mid lane.
Mid lane, Klee going in on the Clapinator. Clapinator doing the amazing combo. Skats comes in. The burn coming out of Clapinator.
And it kills him.
He's alive. Skats takes down Rise.
Still not done. He's still fighting for it.
Avocado's in. He has that counter strike. It stuns Avocado in place. Now we're top lane.
Never mind, in the top lane.
Astro and Cat Ears are trading back down the mid lane.
It's just a yo-yo of drama.
Yeah, drama unfolding at every turn. Avocado is just standing there menacingly, taking a ton of damage. Avocado is coming in, getting hugely bursted from the Q, goes under tower. What is he doing? Gets shut down. Astro knocked off of his mount.
Jen in the mid lane now. Said now, done with the bot lane. Trying to get that fourth shot on the Echo. Oh.
On the Echo, we're top lane. Jen walking into top.
Slap him around. Oh.
Ooh,
dash right back in. Oh,
and oh my goodness, what an insane combination. Clapinator making short work there of Sivert. Cat Ears has to escape. Klee, get him. Klee, QW. He gets a shutdown. Delamore following up, though, just walking next to the cat and burning it alive. Somebody call PETA.
Oh, we're back to PETA again. Oh, God.
I know. He just rotated all the way back around.
I'll never forgive Clapinator for all the harassment he's done to animals.
I know. Unreal.
I'll never forgive. Speaking of animals, looks like taking out the Drake.
Yeah. Delamore, again, like I said before we got rudely interrupted by their amazing back and forth trading, it's following up on the objectives almost seamlessly. You know, the rotating's really well, but Void is putting up a fight.
Just the base level skill that they have on these champions is just enough to keep them within the stepping stones of being in the head. But,
yeah, on both teams, even I'm not even seeing any unfamiliarity. Everybody seems to know what they're doing with what they've got and what they've chosen, which is good.
Well, like going for the Gale Force forward.
And actually, he's not exactly winning that trade, but the ultimate does come out in the slow. Nearly gets the snare. Will the shot hit? It does.
Well, I was fully expecting the Yuumi to hop off and take those shots, but you know, cat lives matter.
Oh, Astro going in on the Cat Ears. Cat Ears trying to respond. And does. Huge damage. Even trade. Klee coming into middle, getting rooted and stunned. Popped up in the air. The counter-strike coming out. Nunu does get rooted into place. The ultimate comes out. Echo's trying to get damage off before it pops. And he Zonias. Scats ulting to get some health back on top of it. Throws out his Q, but he's rooted in
the dash
place.
out of the center ult.
My God. Somehow he stays alive for that long. Nunu spamming. That's a staple on Nunu, by the way. That's not BM. You just have to. Especially if you're
very
in the robot skin.
disappointed. Yes, I was just
Yeah.
about to say, disappointed that he's not in a robot
Blue
skin.
team's turret has been destroyed.
Ha 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 ha, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
that makes me want to remove League of Legends from my hard drive.
Forever. Delete my account. Yeah,
This is why
Delamar doing
I
a good
TF.
job here, securing this tier 2 tower. Lee coming in with the counter strike,
Jack's
does get
coming
the stun
in.
off onto Senna as a huge
Excellent.
wave. Yumi,
Excellent team fight.
6 to 12, gets the shutdown gold. They're gonna push. They're continuing to push. They want the Jin and the Nunu as Nunu stutter steps towards the tower, spamming his taunt.
Jax with the lead, but just saying, nah, I'm gonna go back home. I left my car keys.
Yeah, I do not think they have the kind of damage they need to make
And
something
then,
happen here.
jeez Louise, that Gale Force.
Lee getting secured. Gets crit.
Wow.
And nearly rooted in place, but his mount does
Good
take
flash.
the QC for him. Yeah, that was really well done.
Quite literally getting beaten by a child on a Yeti. I don't know
Throwing
how you go
snowballs.
home. Yeah, I don't know how you go home telling your parents like, hey, I just got beaten by a kid on a Yeti.
I've been training my whole life for this moment. Who will win? A special forces operator? Oh, Cadiers and Sket's going at it as we're talking about a hypothetical. Sket's getting
Cadiers
back
just-
to the tower. Daylight with the ultimate. Kled doing a great job at eating the shots there. Save his life. Nice.
That Akali kind of just traversed the entire map. Went
Yeah,
from the
she's-
under the tower to back over between the pathway between the top and the bottom jungle. That was
Yeah.
kind of insane.
Yeah, she's mobile to say the least. It's kind of gross. And she gets a good, not even like a significant lead, but she gets her items, gets some good farm. She's a mobile assassin, and she's incredibly hard to deal with. If you don't have good predictions or just have a champion that's kind of built to fight around the
Alright,
area
Kled.
that's around them.
How are you gonna navigate your way out of this? Hopefully a giant snowball doesn't come and hit you from behind.
And
Oh,
Jackson Silver
but
can
wait.
help. Clapinator doesn't get close enough to root him. Here comes Nunu though.
Oh, does he though?
Comes out.
Got the exhaust on the Nunu. They have to kill him right now or else this team fight's gonna go poorly for them.
Yeah, Ziobi doing a great job cutting down avocados.
Oh, but he
Astro
still
needs to
wanted
get
to look
away.
for more. Oh, he doesn't get the
And he
back on
gets
his belt.
popped. 7 to 14, 1-1 trade. Look at the gold deficit. My goodness, 9,000. Nearly.
Oh, there's the Kali. Might be 10,000 second here.
Oh, stunned in the combo. The kunai come out. Klee does get double kill for Kali. My goodness.
What a that was some actually very impressive juking. Ooh, the grass so almost getting gunned down by that tower shot. God, the heal saved his life.
Delamar taking the tier 2 tower bot lane. That leaves one tier 2 tower top lane for them to contend with, and they're going to stay bot, confident that they can at least push this wave a bit. Fled is coming in with Echo Skets, engages on the Clapinator, gets some good burst damage off, but Rise, being Rise, doing Rise things. Cadiers is in a bad position, smoke screens, he's invisible,
Waiting for his team to come around.
and avoids the bear trap somehow, some way.
Wild.
Astro is in a terrible spot and dies in short order.
Yeah.
The Delamar. Very sticky team, staying together.
Teamwork makes the
The dream work, for sure.
very much so. Trying to come up with something a little bit more clever, but work and I guess twerk.
Yeah, dream work makes the game twerk. Indeed.
I mean that Nunu's been
It shakes
twerking
it
all
up,
game.
Okay. It's like when you
God dang it.
Rift Herald, massive damage onto that tier 3 tower. And Void is not giving up to
Oh, but
Yumi,
the
all
minion
coming
wave
out,
cleaned up.
rooting him into place. Huge shutdown on
Destroying
the
that
Rise. Incredible. Ult
Oh.
has come out from Jin, trying to get that bonus damage. Cadier is taking a lot, but ult's out. Please, smashing a ward mid.
Jax versus the war.
Jax beating a ward down mid lane by himself, no action around him. As we have
almost
another
getting that
engage.
snare.
Klee actually pushing forward as Jax putting massive damage onto Cadiers. Cadiers goes into the
This
Dragon
engage is
Pit.
good enough.
Klee pushing forward again, gets the combo off. cancel the counter-strike. You have to stop the ult, and they do. Sad Muffin Man securing against I Love Avocados. Nunu slain.
Impressive work.
9-19. Got a little bit of a momentum swing here, but the gold deficit is a telling metric that we cannot ignore. As they push up here towards the tier 1 tower mid, Clapinator is here. He gets the combo
They're all
off.
landing on the daylight.
And
Come on, clean it
Daylight
up.
gets killed, shut down. But
But for
Skets
what-
can
what
knock
cost?
it away. Oh
What
my
cost?
goodness. Everything. And
Well, Brian's
Clapinator's
saying we're
here.
not done here.
They took the bus. Astro doesn't get away,
Whoa!
and he does get secured. Yumi left to just slowly float to their demise. Clapinator running next to them in
Take it
tandem,
from Cat
holding
for a
hands
walk.
on your left. Double kill for Rise.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
What an impressive champion. Clopinator doing what he does best,
Just being,
abusing animals.
yep, just beating down cats. They're gonna take this inhibitor. That's gonna put super minions down in the bottom lane. Cleave pushing
get the
onto
stun off.
Clapinator, getting some huge burst damage and a shutdown. Gold to Jax, never a good idea.
there's the
Here comes Nunu.
Nunu.
Why is he there? He flashes away.
Hello?
Trying to get the snare, and he does. Cleave comes in with the counter strike, needs to cancel with the stun, and he does. Another kill going to Jax. It's madness. 12-23. Grasso is meant to run away. Pled is giving chase. He does get the snare, the stun, taking
the
huge
pull.
damage from Akali.
No longer on Starrick. Oh, but can I get the Kali before he gets the kill? And that's impressive.
Akali flashes out over the gen trap.
Is he gonna actually go for it? Oh,
Oh.
and slap.
And there it is. Shut down. We both held our breath. Made the same sound.
The classic hockey stick to the forehead.
Yeah, no kidding.
Unbeatable.
Wonk. Yeah. It's like thwack. Yeah, it's thwack. Daylight.
Jax.
Top lane.
Just taking out that. Jax is
Guys
the
gotta go defend.
one champion that finds literally any object and goes like, I'm gonna beat you with this.
Blue team's turret has
I'm not gonna use a real weapon because I'm just too strong and powerful. So I'm gonna use this lamppost or this hockey stick or this toilet paper roll. Doesn't matter.
He's like in a constant state of like the first thing you grab in a home invasion.
Yeah. Yeah. Improvised fighter for sure.
The MacGyver of fighters.
Indeed. Have this Triforce into Wit's End, I believe. Is that what that item is for
Yep.
Jack?
Anti-AP because Rice exists.
Yep. Baron going to Delamore.
See how fast they can clean up this game with that Baron.
Clapinator running up through mid. Delamore looking dominant. 13-24. They are.
The Nunu
Firmly
going,
ahead.
they're doing the
Nunu.
Nunu combo ult. And
Oh, almost
but
pulled
it
it
doesn't
off.
matter.
Yeah, they don't necessarily get the burst damage off, but it was cool looking as they come in and kind of secure the kills as they're coming in. But Klee is coming out with the counter strike, gets the kill on Senna.
Slaps Senna.
Avocado's just standing there getting beat down by a hockey stick. He's taking massive burst damage and he falls next. Here comes Jax! Jax doing hyper carry things! It's a triple kill! Almost. I think Astra actually got the secure. And they're giving chase. They
they're
have to be
going for it.
careful. Klee is
Because
fast.
the Gen's gonna clean up with the fucking Gale Force and he's taking the cat for a walk, but oh my. Woo!
After
What's
nearly getting
happening?
a bear trap proc, Cat Ears and Daylight doing a great job at securing the tail end of that team fight. This is maybe Delamore's game. Ziobi is there. Sivir can get some trade-off damage on the Daylight, but he does not stand a chance in a 1v1 encounter. Just needs to pressure them off. Cat Ears and Daylight both are low, but they still have Baron buff.
Maybe they're gonna get this last tower before they go, you know, grab
Yeah,
a
take a
couple
little
things.
bit. Maybe even the inhibitor if they're feeling cheeky.
Yep.
Looks like
know
the
how
death
you,
timers favor them.
When you have your when the office brings donuts and you already have one but you want another, that's the inhibitor.
Yeah. And you go back and then you make sure like nobody's looking and you like take an extra one and you blame it on Gale. Clapinator actually getting stunned from the counter strike. Flea getting rooted in place. He's
Forcing
going to
a
take
flash.
massive
Oh,
damage. No! Clapinator gets down.
And that's their whole team fight right
Or
there.
Cleat
with
gets down
Jax.
by Clapinator. Delamore making short work of Void as they pressure in towards the tower. There's not much Void can do. Yumi
Or
trying
Yumi.
to ult, but Void
Yet again, falling to
closed off.
Clapinator.
Delamore securing the second victory in this series. Game 2 for Delamore as the Nexus falls. New ults. An amazing demonstration of skill and teamwork. And a quick
Impressive
24-minute victory. A valiant fight by Void to try and contend with their opponent. But it is over and done with. Game 2, Delamore. Man, how exciting. Those trades at the end are just chaos.
It was just back and forth, back and forth.
I really loved I really loved when we hyper pan. So good. Victory over Void, taking their second win in the series with League of Legends. We're going to be heading into a short break here before our post-game interviews with the players. Again, you're watching the LDGL here live on twitch.tv. Don't forget to join our Discord with the link in the About section of this very stream. And you can also type !Discord in the chat. The link will be generated for you there to click to your convenience. And, check out our YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. YouTube, you can find all the past streams. All the VODs will be uploaded there shortly after they're streamed. You just wait a couple days. And then Twitter and Instagram, of course, we post all the match announcements after they happen, the match finals, and the announcements as we kind of grow closer to game day. Anyway, stay tuned, and we'll be getting into the post-game interview shortly.
You got it right this time. Nothing is out of line. You know I'm wasted thinking about it. Tonight, I'd lie for you, baby. Honestly,
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us in this post game after that exciting contest between Void and Delamore. A 2-0 victory for Delamore over Void, and game 2, where these two teams met and clashed. And is this still Summoner's Rift?
Yes.
Yeah, Summoner's Rift. Yeah, see, the lore thing messes me up a little bit. But we're going to pull some of the players here from the teams that just competed on the stream that we shoutcasted up, and then get their thoughts of the games, and then send everybody, you, the viewers, on your way to do whatever it is you do on a Sunday night. So first, we're going to pull up the contestants from Team Void. Team Void. And I believe that is Klee and Astro, I think. Pretty sure. Klee, hello, welcome. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the post-game stage.
The
my
ward
friend.
murderer.
The ward murderer himself, the ward slapper.
Is that my title now?
I think so. If you didn't see it on stream, we had this in game 2 when you guys were competing. There was this moment where there's a very high octane like engagement going on down bot lane, and then out of nowhere, the director's camera just panned and snapped to you alone in middle lane, just smacking a vision ward. It was quite hilarious. Like it was the juxtaposition was amazing.
I think the game realized what was more important. The vision score is really what wins you the game.
Exactly.
That's so correct.
So correct, man. You gotta buff them. You gotta buff them stats up, man. I loved it. That was so good. Well, so first of all, thank you guys for participating in that match against Delamore. It's always good to have you guys here competing with us, and we just have a couple questions before we send you on your way.
Yeah.
So you guys played against Delamore before, and in this series, so I didn't cast the first matchup in the first games, but in this series, it seemed like to me that you guys had closed the gap a bit. Like there wasn't, Delamore came in and they had a dominant performance, but for you guys, like I didn't see like there was this huge, like almost like just aching disparity or anything. Like you had potential to, off of decisions that were made, to really like actually push ahead even at some points. Klee with your performance as Kane in the first game, and then like in the second game it was kind of even trading up until the objectives started falling. Was there any preparation to kind of like mend like the difference from that first performance?
Yeah, there was a bit of preparation. We definitely realized what our mistakes were during the first game against Delamore. We definitely tried to improve on those. Obviously, we're very average team, very like middle of the road. Delamore's obviously very like amazing. So we're honestly quite happy with how we did tonight. Definitely closed the gap a bit. I mean, still got crushed, but I feel like we did much better than we did the first 2 games.
You play to your strengths, and you're learning from the games, and that's quite literally what's the most important thing.
Yeah,
Just
and
being able to adapt, really.
And what about you, Astro? I mean, I'm not 100% certain on the rosters if you had competed in the first. Is this your first match with Void playing in League of Legends, or is it?
I've been playing a couple now. This is my 3rd game for the League of Legends team.
Okay, so you subbed in the first series.
Yes.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
did you feel about this game?
I feel like we improved overall as a team. We've been getting more out of the game instead of getting completely wiped like the first few games that we played against Delmore and the other team.
Yeah, and I mean that's what we observed. It's something interesting you said too, like it just being happy with like the improvement. One of the funny things about competitive like matchups like this, because they're in a series, and something I was actually talking with Effa before we had, commenced with the game, was that people that play like in these tournament style matchups, like you're not always performing throughout the entire game at the level of like whatever your MMR, your ELO, or your understanding of the game is, because you're constantly making decisions as you're going on. And if you're working as a cohesive unit, even if you're a bunch of players that are like kind of middle of the road versus people that are either like on top of that or further down, like the ranked sphere, however you want to describe it, you have an opportunity to outplay them, because if you're more cohesive than them, you're going to be able to work together and put all of your abilities and strategies into action, and maybe even overcome your opponent, even if like technically, like mechanically, like they're superior. So I really enjoyed seeing you guys kind of demonstrate that, by showing that you were still competitive. Like that was awesome. Effa, do you have any questions for them?
Uh, I was very impressed with the aggression you guys gave in game one. Because normally whenever you're being faced up against a team that is had a lot more time in the game and probably has a better chance of winning, it's really easy to find yourself to not be as aggressive, be more passive. You're like, okay, guys, let's just hang back, farm up, and then just win the mid to late game with teamwork. But y'all in the top lane and in the bot lane and ganked quite a lot, honestly. And it wasn't just like a one-time kind of gank and get the kill, but it was just constant pressure. And what made you guys decide on, hey, we're gonna just be more aggressive? What made you feel that is more of the route you guys wanted to go rather than being passive?
We definitely went into both of these games with the idea of playing passively, but we kind of realized that they're just gonna hard shove into our towers and take like 2 towers per lane if we just keep playing passively like that. So we definitely started having we went for more picks. Then we saw they had a lot of bounties. We definitely try to focus the bounties and stuff, because even if like two of us died for one bounty, we're both like at that point we were only worth like 150 gold, but we're getting like 700 G bounties.
Hmm.
Yeah, and a kill secure like that, I mean, that's a momentum swing. And it's kind of counterintuitive, right? Like you think, if it's a team that has like a just a tenure advantage over you, playing passive will provide you safety. But if anything, it actually doing that sort of stuff is just only going to reinforce what the result might be. So if you kind of switch it up and you do the aggressive thing, which you maybe are supposed to do anyway, like that's actually just the correct decision, and then you're competitive. So I don't know. That's neat. That's neat. But for both of you, thank you for joining us in the post game interview, and thank you for playing. We're excited to see you continue playing here, League of Legends, and representing Void, and we hope to see you guys again.
Yeah,
No, thank you for having us.
thank you.
Yep, of course. All right, that was Klee and Astro from Team Void. Very, very handsome individuals, very respectful. Love talking to them. Let's pull up Grasso and Daylight from Team Delamore.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Grasso. Just waiting
What's
for
up?
Daylight to accept his banner invite at the top of Discord to join us at the area.
There you go.
Hello, Daylight. Hello, Grasso. Starting
What's
off,
up?
just congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
That's
The
a
dynamic duo in the bot lane.
dynamic duo, indeed.
Yeah, we're the cone heads.
Yeah, the cone heads. Nice. Nice. So, I guess my question for you guys, first of all, again, congratulations. It's 2-0 victory. It places your League of Legends team top seed. And I mean, you guys are, you're the star contenders for League of Legends at the moment. And it was fun to watch how, I guess, meticulous like you guys were with your approach, when you were pressing in towards the Nexus. Like the rotations were all there. I could see the communication and the follow up, especially when Void at some points kind of caught you guys off guard, and got a couple picks on you. When it continued, like when they started to try and build off those picks, you guys were very hyper aware and rotated in to help your teammates and turn like those attempts against them. Was there any surprise, I guess, on your end for like Void's performance, or were you guys like intentionally trying to like watch out for invades, or was
I
it
mean,
more of a high pressure situation?
at least from my perspective at first, we were kind of just all like kind of just calm and relaxed, like kind of just stick to what we're used to. The Kane definitely threw us off when they picked it first game. We just weren't expecting, because Kane, easy roam, go through walls. It's just, he has high mobility. And so, like, I think there was one time that I just got picked off really early as Leona in the bot lane. I just wasn't expecting it, didn't have proper ward placements. And they definitely came out more aggressive than when we previous faced them. And it kind of made it more fun. We had to use our brains more and like try to think like, how do we want to do it? How do we want to move on? Like, all right, we got 2 picks top. We should be pushing bots, splitting it. Kind of,
Yeah.
It was very surprising with that second game. Having said that, because you and Daylight were shoved in the bot lane quite literally the entire time, but y'all's jungler and mid laner were able to put enough pressure on the mid lane to really just keep their jungler busy.
Well, yeah, we were kind of fine because, Senna, Jhin, bot lane, kind of a little OP, high poke, Senna's auto range, just being able to just to poke them back. They did have, Sivir, so she was able to W our stuns and stuff, but we could still just high poke, play aggressive, keep them pushed back. We were expecting ganks at some point, but our jungler did a really good job at just kind of keeping the mid lane busy and keeping the top lane busy, so Jax never really had a chance to come down bot. So we just kind of kept the pressure up high, just hyper pushed bot, and eventually made it to the Nexus.
Yeah, and one thing I saw too, I think in the second game, you can correct me if you guys really prioritized. I mean, Herald. I think at one point you had pulled it 3 times before. If that's even possible, is that possible?
Yes.
Esther? Yeah,
Yes.
They pulled it 3 times before Baron at one point, and I'm like, wow, like man, it's just like complete
Gold
top
plating,
control.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we're
I mean,
just-
so it's interesting. Yeah, go ahead, Grassa.
I was just gonna say naturally, just always objectives, dragons, heralds, barons. We wanted to hit them fast, hit them quick when they weren't expecting it, so we could just get that advantage. Any buff helps really, and then just the herald, easy push into Nexus and towers.
Especially in that game 1, that Herald getting those 2 mid turrets really opened the way for y'all's mid laner to roam around and really just dominate the game, because Lucian just a violent champion to play against, especially whenever they're ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is Nibia, no less. And Daylight, for you, I ask, what was? I mean, almost just to make a joke, kind of like when I would look at like what you were doing during the match, elevator music would like start playing, because you were just killing and farming minions down bot, and then I would forget sometimes that you existed right up until the point a team fight happened, and you 4-shot somebody for like their entire health bar, and I was like, oh, that's right, Jin's still in the game. Like, was that just like a kind of just play back in a way and not kind of give an opportunity strat, or was it just like focusing on the island that you wanted to make for yourself down there? And bot?
That's pretty much just how ADC is played at this point. Just farm, not really do anything else. Just pretty much farm. So I mean, I was doing like my job, shoving them into the turret. While my other team kind of just did their own thing on the top
Yeah.
side. So I was just telling Grasso like, let's just poke them out, grab turrets, so we could just rotate. Pretty much like my objective wasn't to kill them; it was just to get farm, and then just kind of poke them out, pretty much.
Yeah, and you did the same thing with Misfortune too, and even as you say, like that's kind of what ADC is now. Like I think back to the first game of Misfortune, and it was like the same thing. It was like Misfortune. I forgot about her right up until the point you ulted over their entire team, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You have
Mhm.
Collector too, so they all just start popping. Like it was
The
just
Make It Rain bullying them out of denying that farm.
yeah, it was
Oh yeah,
interesting stuff.
this champ's really annoying. That E and Arcane
It's
comment.
just not fair. It really is
Oh,
not
man.
fair.
I played solo queue against one earlier, and I was just annoyed, so I just decided to pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed they banned Jinx and I think that was basically all the ban was because your Jinx last game was a little rude. The hyper carry.
Oh yeah, I guess they did ban Jinx, right? Yeah, I was a
Yeah.
Yeah,
little
the second
surprised by
game. Yeah,
that. I was like,
No,
okay.
the first they banned it in the first.
it was the
Oh,
first one.
okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
But still, yeah. Oh well. So hey, again, guys, congratulations on the game 2 victory, and thanks, first of all for participating, and thanks again for joining us in the post game. I hope to see you guys again soon.
Of course.
Oh yeah, of course. Thanks for having us.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Take it easy. All right, everybody. No break. That was our post game interview following this series between Team Delamore and Team Void in League of Legends, shoutcasted with myself, Kvechi, and my friend Effa.
Howdy.
And howdy. And that's it for tonight. That's the final game for tonight. Coming up, you can expect, as I pull up the calendar that I definitely had up before I started talking, you on the 10th, Helios versus Void in Valorant. 10:10 at 9 p.m. EST, Helios at Void. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you have your clock set correctly if you're in North America. We did roll back. And join us here in the stream. That's going to be our next contest. Again, that's Helios at Void, November 10th at 9 p.m. EST. And, well, I mean, that's good night to you. You've watched this broadcast and production live on the official LDGL Twitch channel and live stream. Make sure to join our Discord if you're interested in partnering as a competitor or just want to cheer on your favorite teams or your favorite players as a fan, and keep up with all our match announcements. We post news and updates and art and everything else in there in the Discord server. You can follow our YouTube for the VODs as they're uploaded days after the matches commence, and our Twitter and our Instagram if you just want to kind of stay up to date and have it in your news feed as you're scrolling through and checking out what's happening. You can get reminded about the match finals or even the match announcements as we're kind of rolling towards like another date, like we are going to be on the 10th this coming Wednesday.
Yep, Wednesday.
Wednesday. So thank you again for tuning in. This was LDGL. Congratulations, Team Delamore. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
And that's a correction, actually. Sorry about that. This is Kvechi. I had the stage 1 calendar pulled up. If you're still tuned in, make sure you tune in tomorrow for Rocket League. That's Yiddies at Void at 9 p.m. EST. My warning about the rolling back time is still valid, but I had the stage 1 calendar pulled up. That's my bad. Again, 11/8 Rocket League, Yiddies at Void, 9 p.m. EST. That's tomorrow. And then the 10th of November is Prevail at Void in Rainbow Six Siege, 9 p.m. EST. So my fault.
Be
my
there or be
correction.
square.
Yeah, be there or be square. Geometry. All right. With that, good night. Thank you for tuning in. Whoops.
Bye.
ground, trying to not think about you, whilst you're in my mind, screaming loud. Still so lost, scared to find reasons to not be without you. Wish I could have my head in the clouds. You came out searching for a reason, came out looking to throw me around, but I'll be holding on forever. But this time you would have to burn me down. I crumbled deep into the feeling that you leave me to drown. Yeah, I'm still holding up together. But this time you would have to burn me down. You came out searching for a reason, came out looking to throw me around, but I'll be holding on forever. You won't bring me You came out searching for a reason, came out looking to throw me around, but I'll be holding on forever. But this time you would have to burn me down. I crumbled deep into the feeling that you leave me to drown. Yeah, I'm still holding up together. But this time you would have to burn me down. Yeah, you would have to burn me down, down.
Pull me into the flames. I'm barely breathing, trapped in this feeling. I wake up screaming your name, but I'm only dreaming. Your shadow's fading. I don't know why. I'm trying to fight, tell myself what I should know. You run away, nothing to say, but I simply can't let you go. Can't let you go.